Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and we're on the Jules Peaceful Valley map. I'm Jewel, and as you can see, I have a little field work drew out. None of it's 100% final because I need to go in game and kind of give it a look, make sure everything's good. I think I need to make these little paths a little bit wider on each one, but it's going to be something like this. I'm thinking about taking this one out and putting a house right here so I have it right across from my house, kind of more down in the middle here, and so that maybe just this field is theirs, and then I'll have a shed and a house here. um, this one over here don't even have a shed. Technically, actually, this house could have this field and this field, but I'd have to kind of modify this. I wouldn't want that behind this house, and I would want to put a shed here. So I might change the shapes up of these three. This would be just a house, maybe a shed next to it, and then change that up a little bit. And that way this guy can have these two, and then this one could have um, these two, and then this house up here on the hill, which you kind of can't tell it from this angle, but it's up on the hill. We'll give it this field here, go here and here, and probably over here, but actually no, we won't. We'll just give it those two. So this one has these two, this one has these two, this one has these two, and then there'll be a house and a shed here that'll have something here. Could just be one if I have to. May have to adjust this one too. Maybe make theirs a little different potentially. You might even see about putting it behind part of it so that another shape can be for this other house here. And then we'll start going that way more. And I think a couple of these I'm gonna probably change too. I can't remember if I fully changed the ones I wanted to change. I don't think I did. And some of these are gotta be tested. So some of it still may have to change in game after I go in and see. But we'll see what happens. And I still gotta fix some of this stuff. Uh, some of my stuff's missing that I didn't ever go fix after I accidentally must have moved something. But I think I got most of it fixed. But anyway, let's get started. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to this channel, check out my playlist. I have a lot of simulator gameplay, ranch simulator, farming simulator, 19 and 22, and lots of things. This is the main farm. This concrete's not going to be there. That's just temporary. I'm going to be doing something. There's a chicken place, chickens, and then we have cows, sheep. I think it's sheep over here. It might be pigs. It's either sheep, cows, or this one might be sheep. I believe this is pigs, cows, sheep, and then horses. And then that's just a shed. We're probably going to move that. Another, if you saw that video, you have to make sure that sometimes you need to line it up better because it's hard to get this right. And if you don't, you're going to have a border, a little piece put around it, kind of like the barn over there had. But if you would have angled it, if I'd have twisted this more straight, that would have went better. So like, see this, let me get the square one, I'll show you. See the square one? See how it's all crooked to the building? If I'd have lined that building up with that square like this one is, that would have filled in a little bit better right there on that ground. But it's wanting to not fill in right, and you got these pits. So these pits, you want the dirt out of them, and so when you take the dirt out of them, it takes too much over here. See what I'm saying? So if you put it lined up with that square on the brush or whatever you're using as an example, it helps you. So I was just showing a tutorial on that one, but we'll end up moving that one. Okay, I just used that spot just somewhere to stick it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get back over here. Not finished with the main farm. Like I said, some of that's gonna change. I was just doing a tutorial on some of it. So let's get back to it. Let's erase this one. Or maybe we should go find a house. What house do we even want? I know I had some floating, but most of them I think are pretty well placed. Let's go see what this guy is. Oh, that's one of them, huh? It's not a bad house, I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But this is that one that has all that weird ground. I'm not really wanting to fool with any of that. Let's see. Did they let me click? Oh, they do. But if you move it, let me see. Let me see. Wondering if I move that so that this isn't like that anymore. Does it ruin the whole rest of it? Let me see. I mean, we could try it. We'll have to move all that anyway, but I wanted this down where I wouldn't have to put a slope or anything. Let me think about it. Why don't we undo it? Alright, and then click on the main group, get the whole thing, back out, make sure nothing else is highlighted, because you don't want to accidentally move something. So as far as I can tell, nothing's highlighted. And then we're going to hit Control B when we get over here. B as in boy. And we'll bring it. It's kind of a big house, but I think it'll be okay. I think we're going to kind of stick it kind of there. Maybe a little more to the front. Control B as in boy. Left mouse click, left mouse click. Now we're going to decide how we want this to face. Let me go down and look at it so I can see what I think. That's more the back, I feel like. But this piece is a little garage, so that's the side. And then, no, that's the back. Wow. Okay, huh. So I guess, why did they make it that way? I guess this is the front. Kind of weird. But look, you got the gate here, so it's definitely the front. Alright, let me come down where I can see what we got here. We obviously gonna still have to adjust it. But when I find that, there we go. So we get it closer. Alright, let's go have a look. Okay, that part is okay, so we could smooth the rest of it to the right spot. Then we gotta deal with the back side, which isn't too bad. The only problem is this stuff is all connected, and if you want to keep it, and if you move one thing, it's kind of a whole deal, because you got a snowman if you move the chair, and it's going to be floating. So you got to move everything, or you would have to delete certain things you didn't want. So let me think on how I want to do it. I think I'm going to change the ground to fit it, because I'd rather leave it the way it is. I don't mind it being where it is. You got these snowmen. See, he's in there, and these guys are over here in these chairs. And I don't mind that. It's going to show up in the wintertime or whatever. So I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I'll bring it down. I wonder if I want to leave the fence or not. Not a real fan of it. Probably gonna delete the fence. But first we're gonna try to get this lined up. All right, so let me put this here, and let me put it on concrete. So basically, you just come down, put this on concrete, click on the texture paint mode, and then I'm gonna click a line of concrete here, just so I can get a line on the ground to decide if I'm straight or not. See, that's pretty straight actually. It's pretty straight. So I don't think I gotta twist it anymore. I think the house is mostly straight. So basically when I come out, I'm gonna have a driveway like something like right here. So when I come out of my yard, that's what we're gonna see, a house. Then we'll go that way and that way, so to speak. so, and this fence won't be here. I might back it up a little bit. Let's back it up a little bit. Alright. Now let's see how that looks. So if I'm in my yard, I'm going to hit this eyeball up at the top to make me run through it. Okay. So that's what it'll feel like. I think that's okay. It's kind of close to that field there, but I can move that if I need to. Let me see. So then I got, say I can level that out a little bit if I need to. So I think that looks about the right distance. Let's go look at it at the top of this hill. Let's run. See, we got these people. So to me, we come along, there's our house, there's that house. I'm going to fix this. This road's going to be adjusted. So that'll be fixed. But I think that's good. And then we'll have a little field. Alright, we'll get rid of the fence. We could always put another fence if we want. We're going to hit escape. Alright, we got the house at the right alignment. Alright, so let me see what I want to do. Let's back up. Let's take the paint thing. Let's click on Control R over the grass right here to make that pick the grass. See it, put it here in this thing. And then we can get rid of this, because that's where the house is going to be. Probably going to end up getting rid of part of that field, but I'm going to wait a second and get this all situated. Alright. We're going to delete that fence. We might do it in bits. We'll see what we do. Let me see what side a shed's going to be on. Maybe that's what I need to decide next. So if I come in the yard here, am I going to make a driveway over here or over here? I mean, they even have these doors there on that. I would think over here we could put a shed. Since we have all that room there. Let me think. I'm thinking we could put one here, facing the house even if we wanted. Let me look at it. But it'd be up on that hill a little bit. Or should we stick it to the backside? And we're going to give this whole section to this house. So it's not like we can't repaint. Alright, so let's move the fence. Let's get rid of the fence. Where's the fence? Let's see if we can't. So that's them pieces. That's the whole piece. Okay, let me look at it. Okay. And there's nothing else on there that I don't want to delete. So I think we're good if I delete just the fence stuff. Let's look. Yeah. We're going to delete that. And then we can deal with this piece because we still got to mold the ground. Alright, so I'm thinking if I put the shed behind the house, we still have all this piece over here for fields. Because these two was this house fields. And we can shorten that one or change it just a little. In fact, let's do that now. We're going to go ahead and grab Control R as in Richard and grab this dirt. And we're going to bring this away. Like so. And we're just not going to go very far because we want to take that away. Control R on the grass to get rid of it. We'll go ahead and take some of it away. Because we want to give a pathway to go back here. And then this is too narrow in my opinion. So we need to widen this puppy up a little. Even if we have to change the shape, it'll be fine. Alright, we'll change it all up. probably end up grabbing it here and just bringing it across. And we'll fix all that in a minute on the other side, just in just a second. And we can take this corner off of here. So it looks like that. That's good. And then that's theirs. And this is theirs as well. And we'll just make sure that however we build the fence or trees or whatever we do, it makes sense. Or we'll move some of that if we need to scoot it over. Alright, so now we're going to probably change this as well. Unless I have room to do it. I don't think I have room. If I put a shed, I'm going to have to move it some anyway. If it wasn't angled, I would have dealt with it, but it's angled, and I'm not interested in all that. All right, so now we got that, and let's see. Come back here and see what we got. Okay, we need this guy. See, I don't think there's going to be any snowmen in there, but this guy we don't want to change. So what we're going to do is bring it up. Bring the ground up to all these levels. So there's a couple things you could try. I'm going to try to show you something. We'll use the ladder, I guess. Go ahead and hit create a transform group. Hit Control B and point to the bottom of the ladder and click. Now I'm going to come in so I can look at it and get it really there, because all we're trying to find out is that level. So we're pretty close. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I think we're pretty close. I'm going to take that number and put that in so we can get the level of the ground. So the number that this thing is these numbers. Let me see which. I think it's this one though. The one that goes up or down. Let me click it up and show you. Yeah. So I'm going to click undo. We're only going to take this set right here. Right click, copy. Come over here to this 53, highlight it where the replace is, and paste it. And now it should bring it to that level, we hope. So we're going to click on sculpt and then bring it up. There we go. So now if we pick the good number, it should give it pretty much what all these other things needed to be to get there. Now I might have to adjust some of it. In other areas is going to be a little different because the ground wasn't, you know, that for everywhere. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I made it, that's probably going to be too high for that. So we'll see this in a minute. But for this is what that level was. And some of it was supposed to be slanted. So we're going to come over here. Okay, so this one, is it touching? Not quite. So let's do it again because we didn't obviously paint it all the way. So let's get it all the way. Alright, so that needs to go higher for some of that. But the ladder matches. So you can see it was the right level for that. Now this, it was until it wasn't. So you would pick that other side on that level. And the same thing all the rest of the way. But we need to focus over here a little bit. If you've seen a previous episode where I got the ground right, you would know. So we'll do this, get this up. Just make it bigger so it won't take as long. Now over there it's going to be lower, so we're not going to go everywhere. We're just going to get right here. Just right here. And some of this is going to still have to go down a little. Alright. Then we're just going to come in and look until we get that level where that needs to be. See, we need to put one there on that level. So what we're going to do, we can move that other one now. So we're going to hit Control R or B and left mouse click, left mouse click. Oop. It clicked on the chair by accident. So we're going to lower it just a little. And we're going to come in and see that's pretty close. Maybe we'll lower it just a hair more. Alright, so now we're going to grab this number and right click and copy. Put that in this number here and paste. And now we're going to click on sculpt mode, and that's going to put that where those chairs should be. So, and that one went a little lower, so we might have to bump it up a little bit. And we don't want to go too close on that side because we're going to mess up that side. But as long as we did pretty close, we won't have far to go. So you can see the chairs touching right. See? And it looks like we can go a little more. Or maybe I didn't paint right there. I mean, make the ground go enough. Sometimes you think you did, but you didn't. Okay, so this side's a little better than that side, so it's a little higher. So we're going to have to bring it up a little. So we're just going to go to 290, and see how that does. Alright, that wasn't enough. We're going to take it up even more. to a 3. Okay, that didn't do him much. Now we're going to take it to a 4. There we go. So we're at, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's back off. Okay, and we're only going to do it where it needs it. See, this side's different than that side, so this is the only side that needed some. Alright, then you just go in and look. And some of these aren't quite as low. They probably had it all over the place when they did it. But I don't want to move them, like I say. The reason is because those snowmen are there. Then you got to move everything. So, now we got that done. Let's see what we got. Alright, this guy, I don't think I pushed it enough, far enough back over here. Oh, undo. Okay, let's turn this off a minute, back out. Let's grab here again so we can get the right thing. Still too low. Oh, I never did finish that back side over there. There we go. Alright, let's go up some then. Let's go to 4. See if that does it. Nope. Let's go to 5. See if that does it. Okay, that's a little better. Let's have a look. I can't see it with all these lines. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, it's still not quite. Alright, let's click it again. Just tap it. Okay, still ain't enough, so we're going to go 5, 5. And tap it again. Alright, that ought to do it. Let's roll in. Yeah, that ought to do it. It looks like it's only that one leg, so everything else is touching. So I'm good with that. Now let's see. This side is actually good, except for down here. So we can adjust that, no problem. So let's adjust that. And what you can do again is take this. It's already highlighted on transform. Control B, touch it to the bottom. And then get that number. And you don't want to go the whole distance, but put it in here. Hit paste. Back out. Click on this. Shrink it down enough. And then get it down to where you needed it. And you can see now that board makes sense. It ain't perfect, but I'm not looking for perfect. So now the board looks like it's laying on a slanted part of the ground. And then you can smooth any of this part where it looks like, oh, it's way up in the air. And then you have this guy that you want it to hit the bottom a bit. So you got all that. You can just smooth that part if you don't want it to go anymore. If it looks like it's going to hit the way you want. And just check and see. Okay, that one could have came. So let's take that transform, Control B, left mouse click, take that level, copy, put it over here, paste, and then roll out, click on sculpt, and just gently tap it till it gets to that. And keep it over this way. Don't go way out. Because if you go further than what I'm going, you're going to change all that too. Now it looks right. So now you come over here. And I don't want to move everything. I want the ground to have that different shapes. Because not every place is, you know, all level. So you need a little bit of that with whatever you're doing. So now we got that done. Now we're going to look at this, get this done, keep it at a certain level. So we're probably going to undo more of this. Now what we can do, again, is turn that off, roll in, pick where we want to go. You could go way down or whatever. You could move it, but I don't really want to move it. Like I say, I don't mind it the way it is. I just want this one to show it. So we're going to either show the barrel here or there. If I go that deep, that's going to be pretty deep. So I'm only going to go to this part. So now we're going to take this, try to angle it, and hit Control B, left mouse click, get that number, right click, copy, go back, right click, and paste. And now we're going to back out. Now we're going to click on Sculpt, and it should show us what we want. And try to stay only there, because you don't want, and you can come out a little where there's no other important stuff, you know, like over here a little bit. And then you can smooth this side to make it match back up, and smooth out around the edge where it matches it back up again. Now you got a nice slope, and you got this. So now this is laying on the ground like so. So you just think that's what it is. And then half of the snowman I think is going to be underground, but I'm not worried about that. And then you got this guy. Is he on the ground? No. So you're going to do the same for him. Just come on down and pick a spot right there. Control B, left mouse click, and then you're going to take that information from the translate Y, hit copy, put it in the replace box, right click, paste, and then roll back so you can see, hit the sculpt mode, and gently, carefully, right here only, tap it up. And then once you do, you can adjust the rest of the ground. So let's get a better view. Alrighty, so now let me see. I want to get a good enough angle where I don't want to go too far. Okay, it's not looking bad. Let's turn it back on. Wiggle it around this a little bit more. Alright, see how that's going up over there? That's fine. Just don't go too far, because you got to smooth it. So we're going to smooth it, and smooth that. Now I'm going to try to turn this away so I can show you. See, that's a little wavy there. You're going to want to smooth this part right here. So with the right mouse button, I'm going to smooth it. But I'm staying away from the little spot over there. I'm not touching this, okay? And then when you get there, you can just turn a little, smooth in between here a little, so it makes more sense. Smooth all around it. And I went too far, hit undo. Alright. And then just all around. And you should be pretty close once you smooth that. So now we have this guy on its hill. We can smooth that. If that's too high, we can smooth it. But see, it dropped it too far, so we're going to have to undo that. Alright, there we go. We're going to have to fix it. Let's take it further than that. So let's give it a little more, so that when we smooth it, it's not going to take it all away again. We want a little distance, so when we smooth, it fixes it. Alright, smooth it. Try to stay way away from it. Well, that didn't. Right there. And then shrink it. There we go. And I think that'll do. But it don't have to be perfect, like I say. You're just trying to make the yard make sense. They got their little curves and whatever. Alright, so we're good there. Our shed's going to go here. We're just not going to do the shed today. We're just going to put a piece of, let's see, we could do gravel. Control R onto the gravel. Then we're going to put it on the square. And then we'll just make it, roughly speaking, that there'll be a shed here. Well, we ain't going to put it there right now. But that's good. We're going to hit save. We'll test all this in game later to make sure everything looks correctly. Alright, once it saves, then we can move on. Alright, I think we've saved. It should work. It kind of looks like, Yeah, now it's finished. It wasn't quite finished. You have to watch it. Sometimes if this turns light, these words, then keep waiting till it turns back. Now we can delete this transform or keep it till we do another, but right now I'm just going to delete it because I don't need that. That was just for measuring. So I think our road is okay. I feel like it's good. I don't care about a slope. Some roads have slopes. And of course we'll have something painted here. So let's paint. We could paint concrete. It don't really matter. We could. It doesn't. Uh, we could always change it later. We can pick whatever we want here. And if that's too far over or whatever, we can fix it too. So let's save it again. No, get that saved. Won't take but a second. Okay. Alright. It's still not finished. Give it a second. I want to wait till that word turns back up here. It seems like it's struggling a little bit. Well, I'm assuming it fixed, but it still didn't turn back right. Okay, I clicked back on it. That's what it is. Okay. We're good. It's saved. So now, and this side's too close to the road, as you can see. That's a little bit close. So we're going to shave that off a little bit. But we're going to call that an episode here. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.